OnesieBanette, I have zero respect for you. Let's give the people a little history lesson, shall we? Pokemon Premier League. We've been in that together for 3 seasons, haven't we? Do you remember what happened when we played? Well, let me give you a quick recap. Season 1, we played. You lost. Season 2, we played again. You lost. Season 3, we played again, and I think you remember what happened. You lost again. So here we are again. We meet in the Battle Union, and you have a chance at redemption. Your season's not going well, but it's not over. You could beat me, right? Oh, except you decide to do the most cowardly thing possible. You don't even battle me. Instead, you decide to send OnesieBanette to fight your battles for you. What's the matter, Alex? Too scared? Afraid you're gonna lose just like all the other times? Well, this is an insult. I thought you were better than this, but it seems it can't be helped. I'll have to destroy Swagnet and show you that you can't simply beat me by sending other people to do your dirty work for you. Good luck, Mr. Swagnet. You're gonna need it. Yo guys, it's Slyroh. You already know that today I'm bringing you guys my Week 6 TBU match against OnesieBanette and the AS Monferno, also known as Alex, a very, very good friend of mine. And if you have been around on the channel, or if you paid attention to the intro, you would know that me and Alex have some history. Some history that involves me beating him every single time that we match up. And right now, we really need a win, because we're doing well right now. But we can choke and we can throw this season away, and I'm not ready to do that. We need to keep up our winning streak, and we need to win. So, if you want to see the team, you know, full explanation, team analysis went up yesterday. Link to that video is in the description, as well as links to Alex's channel. Please, please, please go support him. I'm pretty sure at this point he's still not at 1K subscribers, so get him there, please, please. I beg of you, because he definitely deserves it. And, yeah, so, I don't want to ramble on for like 4 minutes like I did, last week, so, my bad. So if I missed anything, comment section, you know what it is. Let's go ahead and dive into, our team. Let me just do a quick summary of what we brought. We have a physically defensive Mega Venusaur. Oh, there was a couple changes also since the team builder. I do want to go over that. Manaphy, which is max HP, max special attack. During the team builder, I changed Energy Ball to Signal Beam. This Manaphy was supposed to have Signal Beam. However, I made a mistake when genning, and it actually got genned with Energy Ball on it. So, for the match, Manaphy actually had Scald and Energy Ball as his 2 attacks, as well as Subtail Glow, instead of Signal Beam. Which really, really sucks, because he has 3 things on his side right now that are weak to Bug, and there's no Lantern, so literally Energy Ball is doing nothing. So, that kind of sucks to be a misgen, but it is what it is. We have a physically defensive Metagross, specially defensive Porygon 2, Unburden, Citrus Berry, Slurpuff, and a specially defensive Arcanine. Now, in the team analysis, it was a physically defensive Arcanine. I decided to change it last minute because when I was recording the team analysis, I couldn't remember why it was physically defensive. Physically defensive still doesn't really want to deal with like a Band-Aid Staraptor, or like a Garchomp, and I didn't really have enough switch-ins for things like Meloetta, things like the Mega Latios, and I think there was a couple other things like Sylveon and whatnot. So I actually made Arcanine specially defensive for the match. So that is a little bit of difference from the team analysis video. So I usually don't do that, but I really, really felt like I had to change that, or else I was going to lose the match. I felt that was crucial that I changed that. So it was a gut decision, and it's what I did. Alex, you can see he brought the Staraptor, Wobbuffet, Registeel, Mega Latios, Garchomp and Meloetta. So he brought everything that we thought he would bring. He brought Wobbuffet instead of the Sylveon, which the Sylveon was just kind of thrown in as like, maybe he'll bring it, maybe he'll bring something else, but it's the Wobbuffet. So that's the thing. Let's go ahead and get on with this match because it was kind of a long one. So let's go ahead. I figured his two most likely leads could be Garchomp or something else, so I just try and lead off with the Mega Venusaur to try and get my Mega off first turn. And he either predicts that or he just wanted to lead off with this, and he starts out with the Meloetta, which means I cannot get my Mega off. And this, I'm already being thankful that I made Arcanine Specially Defensive, because I switch into it right here, because now Specially Defensive Arcanine is a good switch into Meloetta. If I didn't have this, then I don't really know what I would have switched into, because I didn't have too much outside of Porygon 2, but Meloetta gets knockoff, and I didn't really want to deal with that. But he goes for Safeguard, which is already being like, what the heck is he doing? Alex has a tendency to just throw some random crazy stuff in my way that I'm not expecting, and turn 1, he already did that. And then he goes for U-turn, so I'm finding out this Meloetta's moveset. I wanted to see if there's anything else I can switch into it, find out what his attack moves are, things like that. But he's going to go ahead into the Staraptor. And as you guys know, we only have one switch into our Staraptor, and that is the Physically Defensive Metagross, which cannot be too echoed by any Choice Banded hit from the Staraptor. He goes for the U-turn, and I do the Calx, and guess what, guys? This thing is Choice Banded. Oh, that's so annoying. Because if it wasn't Choice Banded, then we could probably have other stuff to do with it. He goes into Wobbuffet. And my philosophy with Wobbuffet is don't attack it, because the way that Alex likes to use Wobbuffet is he likes to Encore you into something, and then he will go for the either counter or mirror coat or whatever until you die. So, if I go for not attacking moves, he can't take me out with Wobbuffet, and I can keep getting back up health with leftovers. Also, I get up Stealth Rocks week 6, first week in the entire TBU season that I have got Stealth Rocks up. So, score that for me, I guess. And he's just going to go into the Registeel as I, have to keep going for Stealth Rocks because that's what I'm encored into. It is what it is. I believe, does my Encore end this turn? There's going to be a lot of, these turns where it's just, extra leftover things, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no, alright, he's not protected by Safeguard, but that doesn't matter. So I'm still encored in Stealth Rocks, so I kind of have to switch out. And I was like, well, this is a good time for me to get my Mega off. Except for he's going to double switch. And guess what he's going to double switch into? Freaking Meloetta. And I'm just like, can you stop, please? So I can't stay in. I figured he was going to go for a Safeguard, but I couldn't risk it if he went for a Psychic. That actually could have been a dead Mega Venusaur depending on the type of Meloetta that it was. Which, yeah. But he's going to go for a Shadow Ball, so I could have stayed in, but, can't risk it. Arcanine eats up that hit because it is specially defensive, and I believe I'm just going to go for a Flare Blitz, predicting him to go for a Safeguard. Also, I needed to figure out if he outsped me or not. He does outspeed Arcanine, which means that he has speed investment on his Meloetta, so he isn't, super, physically defensive, or if he's, an Assault Vest or something like that, he's not super invested in bulk, because he does have speed investment. So, he's going to go for a U-turn, and I believe I just go for another Flare Blitz. Because he doesn't really have a lot of switches into Flare Blitz. But yeah. Also, the Safeguard is, really also kind of lengthening this battle a little bit, because my plan going into... Okay, I'll go for the Morning Sun, my bad. My plan going into this game was to get off residual damage with Will-O-Wisps and Toxics, and Safeguard is preventing me from doing that, which is making his team stay alive longer. So I was already going into this match knowing I was going to have to play really stally, and, yeah. Alex is making that go even longer, unknowingly, to him. He just didn't want his team status, which, fair enough. Again, not attacking the Wobbuffet when it's in front of my face. I go for Will-O-Wisp. If the Safeguard runs out or anything like that, then he can get burned by something. But, Safeguard's still up. So it is what it is. And I was going for Will-O-Wisp instead of Morning Suns. I wasn't going to let him PP stall me out of Morning Suns, because that wouldn't take that long, and that wouldn't really be that much stalling. But he's not going to sit there and just PP stall me out of Will-O-Wisp. That would be kind of ridiculous. But he's going to go for the Earthquake while I switch into the Mega Venusaur, and he isn't anything crazy. He's max attack, but he could be jolly. could be adamant, but he has no expert, like no muscle band, no choice band, no life orb, nothing like that. So that's good to know. That means that I can switch in Porygon 2 on Garchomp also if I need to. So that is a good thing for me to know based on that damage. He switches out into the Staraptor. I just go for a Synthesis because I need this Mega Venusaur at pretty good health to deal with that Garchomp. There's a Staraptor. You already know. I have to switch in the Metagross because if I don't, then something dies, basically. And I just need to keep this Metagross around for as long as possible. He goes for the Brave Bird, not wanting to U-turn every single time, I suppose. And that's a decent chunk, but, you know, defensive Metagross is Bay this week, is saving me from being swept by this thing. So, absolutely, absolutely love it. You know, Cobalion would never have been able to do that for me, so I'm really glad I made the trade to get Metagross onto the team. I really wanted to predict this. I really wanted to predict this and go for Earthquake, but I didn't, and I went for the Ice Punch, because he had Earthquake switch-ins. He could have stayed in, he could have went into Mega Latias. Both would have been perfectly fine, and I'm just like, Ice Punch is better for his whole team in general. But of course he goes into the Registeel. I was so close to predicting that. I really, really was. But instead, I'm going to go for an Earthquake here to find out what kind of Registeel he is. And of course, he's physically defensive, which is going to make this match go even longer because a lot of my offense is physically offensive. Especially the super effective stuff like Flare Blitz from Arcanine. Drain Punch from Slurpuff, like everything that I have to hit it, or Earthquake from Metagross, everything I had to hit it is like physical. So again, I don't really have much to deal with this Registeel. I have to just kind of wear it down. And he gets up Stealth Rock, so both of us are taking Stealth Rock's damage as we switch in. I go into Manaphy this time, and he goes for the counter, and I'm like, whoa, I'm glad I didn't attack. But there was no need to attack, because if he had like Rest or anything like that, he could stall out my Metagross, and I was just like, well, if this is defensive, maybe I can kind of set up on it, or I can at least set up a substitute and things like that. So that's what I do. I'm going to set up a substitute as he switches out of the Registeel and into the Meloetta. And I'm just like, alright, this is when I find out that, hey, I don't have Signal Beam, I misgened. If I did not misgen, I would be able to take out the Meloetta here with the Signal Beam. But because I misgened, I'm forced to go for a Scald. And as you can tell, by the way I'm saying this, Scald is not going to kill. Oh, that's so annoying. I didn't think that misgen came into play, but it actually did. It actually did. What? That's stupid. But either way, so that's really, really unfortunate. I didn't know if he was going to go for a U-turn or Energy Ball, whatever, so I just go into Porygon 2 because I'm figuring, alright, he has Energy Ball. Oh wait, no, I found out his whole moveset. Energy Ball and Shadow Ball are his two attacking moves with Safeguard and U-turn, meaning A, he doesn't have Psychic Stab, so he could have never hit the Mega Venusaur to begin with, and B, he has nothing to deal with the Porygon 2. So he's going to sack this off, probably knowing that I realized that I can deal with this Meloetta with so many more things than I thought I could. He's going to let it die, and the Porygon 2 is going to get the kill, which is cool. Now he's going to go into the Wobbuffet, and I'm just going to recover. He's got the Safeguard up, and this is just a perfect opportunity for me to recover. He doesn't really have a whole lot that he wants to deal with this Porygon 2. Nothing can just straight up kill it outside of the Staraptor, so that's about the only thing he has. But he is going to switch into the Latias, and this, oh boy, this is a series of events that happens. So, you know, grab yourself a drink, prop your feet up, because this is going to be a long one. I switch into Arcanine. Alright, you see that? You see that? Alright, get the Intimidate off. You know how it is. And he's going to Mega Up. Come on. And does the one thing that I'm so scared of. And he is going to Calm Mind. And I'm like, oh no, I don't know how to deal with this. Especially with the Safeguard, I believe, still up? But even still, the only status I have is Will-O-Wisp from this Arcanine. Outside of this, I'd have to switch back into Porygon 2, which is going to give him another free Calm Mind. And then after +2, I think +3, Draco Meteor can kill Porygon 2. So at that point, it's just like, it's not really helping. So I go for Crunch. It's the coverage move I have. and you can see it's doing a decent amount of damage, but it's definitely not no 2 KO. So I just have to hope that he doesn't have like Roost or Recover or whatever, but you know, he does. He's a smart person. So we got Calm On, Recover, and you know, at this point I don't really know what else he has. And yeah, so I'm just going for crunches because like I can't switch anything else in, or else he just gets to keep setting up Calm Minds for free, and then he just takes out something. Like at this point I want to see if there's like a way for me to like revenge him or anything like that. But he's going to get his 3rd Calm Mind. Basically, at this point, I am just residing to trying to get the defense drop from Crunch or get a crit. Either one of those would be perfectly fine. Crunch is like a 20% chance to get a defense drop. I actually do decide to go for the Will-O-Wisp this turn because I need residual damage plus Crunch to try and kill this thing before it just sweeps my entire team. Because at this point, if he gets to +6, I'm pretty sure he's just sweeping my entire team. You know, and if I don't get any like defense drops or crits or anything like that. So this is looking really, really, really bad for me. Okay, but I'm gonna go for another crunch. Yep, still nothing. No defense drops. No nothing. So he's gonna go ahead and recover up. And I'm just going to keep trying for that defense drop. If I get 1 defense drop, then I take him out with the following crunch. He's either forced to attack me and be at low health, or he is forced to switch out, or something like that. Like, 1 defense drop is all I need. And I've gone for crunch like 5 times now, and I didn't get the 20%. So, I'm going to call it hacks, even though it's not. But, you see, that's why there's a couple of times in the battle like this where we're just doing things like this, being silly faces and all that good stuff, but I think it's about to come to an end soon. He's going to reveal the stored power. Bam, and that's a dead Arcanine. Now, I calculated the only thing, from what it looks like, that can live stored power at +4 is Metagross. Metagross coming in clutch again. So the calc says that it would live this. However, Alex pointed to me after the game that the Intimidate drop also made stored power a little bit weaker, and the fact that it did that much damage means that if I didn't get the Intimidate drop, means that would have killed Metagross, which means that the calc was lying to me or something. But I get to live because Arcanine's Intimidate drop is going to come in clutch. I go for the Ice Punch, and Metagross kills Latias. We are not getting swept, boys. We are still alive, and we are still going. Warning. We've just reached the halfway point of the battle. Just going to say that now. So I go with the Bullet Punch to get off some damage on the Staraptor. Because basically I want to either try and get enough damage so where that way he dies after the recoil, or force him to like die to rocks next time he switches in, or things like that. So I go ahead into the Porygon 2 because he's Choice into Brave Bird, and Choice Band to Brave Bird will not take me out. I know the recoil is going to kill him, so I'm going to let him take himself out into recoil, and I'm just going to recover up so I'm at a good amount of HP. That's a dead Staraptor, so the 2 biggest threats to our team, Staraptor and the Mega Latias, are both dead. Meloetta's also dead, which means that he has nothing to kill Mega Venusaur. He's run out of things to kill Mega Venusaur. They're all gone. He has Registeel, he has a Garchomp, and he has a Wobbuffet. He has nothing to deal with Mega Venusaur, and that is going to be important for later on. But he's going to go for an Earthquake. I'm not going to let him 2-hit KO me, so I'm just going to recover up. You know, differential is important. I cannot slip up in this battle. You know, I cannot let anything die carelessly. That's just, I can't do it. I can't do it. So, this time I actually do decide to attack him and go for the Ice Beam, I believe. Yep. Because I had enough to like live an Earthquake. I believe I had enough to live 2 Earthquakes at that point, so when I'm in a safe zone to attack, I will attack, but when it's not safe to attack, I'm not going to. That's the philosophy right here. But for once he doesn't have a safeguard up, I can get the Toxic off on this Wobbuffet. This Wobbuffet will die eventually. The only thing he can do right now is Encore me like he always does. He always Encores first turn with Wobbuffet. So it made it pretty easy to predict that. But I mean, there was really nothing else that he could have done at this series of turns. And the only thing he can switch out into is the Registeel, because Registeel can't get Toxic. Registeel also like can easily deal with this Porygon 2. Also, there were so many times when Wobbuffet is in on the Porygon 2, that would be 2 free defense curls if I wanted to go for them. But because I have nothing to hit the Registeel, it would be the most stalliest match ever. Neither of us would ever die, especially with that leftovers, and I would not be able to deal with them. But so that is important to note. If the Registeel died, I probably would have been able to stall out his whole team, because I would have been able to set up at least 2 defense curls when the Wobbuffet was in, meaning that I could stall out his entire team. But of course the Registeel got in the way, and we weren't able to do that with Porygon 2. I just want to point out that I could have potentially stalled out his whole team with Porygon 2. That's after Mega Latios is dead, and after, if I could have taken Registeel out, then I would have been able to. So that's a fun thing to point out. I just go for the Leech Seed because I have nothing. I have Sludge Bomb and I have Hidden Power Ice. Like, that's not doing anything to Registeel. So I go for the Leech Seed because I just need to do something. And, you know, there's still a Wobbuffet, there's still a Garchomp, and this is, yeah, like, I'm just trying to figure out ways of how to get this game to end. I would like to point out that about this time, Alex's messaging me, kind of being scared that this game is going to end in like a 4-3 tie, and, you know, like, he needs to go to sleep, he has things to get to, and I'm like, I knew this was going to be a stalling match, I knew this could be a long match, and I'm just like, no, I'm trying to get this game over. I'm not just going to sit here and send this to stall you or anything like that. I am trying to kill your Pokemon. Trust me. I just don't have the things to kill your Pokemon. He reveals Natural Gift Garchomp, which is really cool banter and stuff like that. Turns out it was Natural Gift Grass, so I don't know how much I agree with that bring, but I guess it would have hit Manaphy and could have caught it for a surprise KO, but I had enough switch-ins to Garchomp that I didn't have to rely on that. But it was fun seeing either way. So he's going to keep going for Earthquakes. I need to make sure that I don't get 2-hit KO'd by Earthquake. And at the health that he's at, a Hidden Power Ice is not going to take him out. So I cannot afford to go for a Hidden Power Ice here. Because then I risk losing my Mega Venusaur, which I've already, you know, we've already been through. He has nothing to kill it. So I'm not just going to let it recklessly die if he can't kill it. So I'm trying to get into opportunities where I can attack his Pokemon, but every time I go to attack his Pokemon, he switches out into things that can deal with the attacks. So I'm trying to get this game over, but he's not letting his Pokemon die. I'm not letting my Pokemon die. So we're kind of in this little stall fest. I have nothing to kill his Registeel. He has nothing to kill his to kill my Mega Venusaur. The only other plan that I had is if Registeel could kill one of my Pokemon, I could bring in Slurpuff and I can set up a Belly Drum and then I could just kill his team from there. But, that just wasn't happening. So, you know, Registeel wasn't able to take out any of my Pokemon. I mean, I have a Manaphy that resists his hit, a Mega Venusaur that I'm not letting go down, and a Porygon 2 that could just literally just stay there forever. And obviously he's not going to leave his Registeel in on a Porygon 2 because he just wants to keep trying to deal with it in other ways. So, yeah, there's that. Like, this turn, I believe, I was going for the Sludge Bomb to try and kill the Wobbuffet faster, and, he switches into the Registeel, and he, you know, keeps his Wobbuffet alive. So, at this point, I'm just like, I was like, Alex, you say you have to leave, but you're not letting your Pokemon die. I don't know what you want me to do about this. So, that was a pretty funny, series of events there. And, at this point, I just Leech Seed, because that's the only thing I can do to Registeel. Leech Seed does more than any other attack that I have, to whatchamacallit. And, do I get a Hidden Power Ice off this turn? He's gonna withdraw again, and he's just playing around my moves, knowing what I have to do, and basically I'm having to use up like all the PPs on my moves. You know, I don't even know how many times I've went for Leech Seed, but look at that, look at how much that Hidden Power Ice does. That's absolutely ridiculous. I'm pretty sure he gets back probably about the same amount of health, so I don't even know. But this time I'm just like, alright, I need to try and do something here. Like, I can't just keep in with Mega Venusaur if you're not gonna let it kill anything. I need to try and manufacture some other way to kill your stuff. Like, I don't know what else to do. So I go into Manaphy, because I'm pretty sure at this point Manaphy can set up a sub on the Registeel. So I either do that or I just go straight for the Scald. I'm not sure. I feel like I should set up the substitute. Is that right? Come on, is it? Is it? No, I just go straight for the Scald. Okay, I just go straight for the Scald, and the Wobbuffet is dead. So, we killed something. So now we're up 4-2, and I'm just like, see, it's not going to end in a 4-3. If you just let me kill your Pokemon, everything would be so easy. But, of course, Alex has differential to preserve for himself because, you know, this season is going kind of downhill for him, and this match was, I believe, I don't know if he's mathematically out of the playoffs if he loses this, but there's a good chance that he could be. So he needs to preserve every differential that he can. I just go for another Scald because, again, I'm just trying to kill his stuff. You know, I'm trying to get this game over with because I don't want it to run out of time. Like, I don't want the timer to run out. I want to try and kill his stuff. But if I stay in, man, if he dies, and I have to save my differential too. So I'm not going to recklessly let something die just to save, some time when it's going to cost me differential. Like, I can't do that, just like he can't do that. So we're both kind of playing the same game, where we want this game to end, but we're not willing to, you know, throw away anything like that. But instead of going for a Synthesis here, I go for a Sludge Bomb. So, again, I'm just trying to attack him and trying to take out everything as fast as I can, you know, because I don't want it to run out of time. And now we're into Registeel, and like I've already said, I don't have anything to do with the Registeel. He misses a Leech Seed, which also slows down, I miss his Leech Seed, he dodges, which also slows things down. But at this point, this is the only thing I can do to kill this Registeel. I have to Synthesis Leech Seed, basically stall him out, because I can't switch into Slurpuff, because Slurpuff gets, takes at least 50% minimum from an Iron Head. So that's why I'm saying if something else died and I brought in Slurpuff on a clean switch, I would be able to outspeed the Registeel, get off a Belly Drum, and then I could take him out with a Drain Punch. However, I can't switch in the Slurpuff because he's just going for Iron Heads. So that's no bueno. I can't switch into Porygon 2 because Porygon 2 is going to do even less damage to the Registeel that Mega Venusaur is. So that's not going to speed this up any better. And Manaphy's on really, really low health. I actually end up calcing it eventually, and we're going to go over that in a little bit. But I do calc, and Manaphy can live an Iron Head plus Rock Switch in. It can live. However, the Scald that it does back, according to a calc, does anywhere from 20 to 25%, depending on the spread, the Registeel. I believe physically defensive, it was still like a 22% minimum, 25%, like that. Like, it didn't do that much to Registeel, so I couldn't really switch into Manaphy. Unless I can guaranteed kill it with one Scald, I can't risk that because then Manaphy dies and then I lose a differential point for no reason. So at this point, it's just me going for Hidden Power Ices because that's the only move I have to hit the Registeel and getting Leech Seed damage back. And you can see that I am slowly wearing him down. And spoiler alert, I win this 1v1. And I do end up winning this game. However, what I end up doing, well, we'll kind of get to it, but we're going to take the 4-0 victory, basically. Which I actually want to point out that each of my games has resulted in every single differential. This season, regardless of whether it's been a win or a loss, I've been a part of a 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, and a 6-0 in the first 6 weeks. I don't know that anybody else has ever done that, so I deserve some sort of medal for that or something. Can I, like, Frito, can you, like, mail something to me? Or, like, can the analyst just, like, pull some strings and, like give me something? I want some sort of prize, because that's pretty cool, and that makes my OCD very, very happy. So, there's that. But, alright, I just want to kind of go through what was happening here. I'm really bad at reading Wi-Fi percentages. I really am. And, you know, Alex was saying that he really wanted to you know, let this battle end and things like that. And I figured that what I would try and do is get him down to a point low enough that Manaphy could come in and just take him out. I was not 100% sure that I could do that last turn. So I actually switched into Manaphy this turn, and I actually let Manaphy get the final KO. I mean, I did want Manaphy to get another kill. It's going to look great at the end of the season for the stat sheet. However, I really thought that this sped up a couple turns, you know? Even if it only saved 1 or 2 turns, it got the battle over quicker. And, so that's the only reason that I really did this, is because I didn't know how many more turns of Leech Seed, Hidden Power Ice, things like that this Registeel could deal with. And I was just like, you know what? I can guarantee take him out now. I know that that's less than 20% health that he has left. And so I know that I can take him out with a Scald. So, there's that. I guess seeing how much health I got back, I probably could have done that the whole time, which I didn't really think about. Because with the Leech Seed recovery and, yeah, after that Leech Seed recovery, I was back at 43 health, which I think is more health than what I had when I switched in. So I possibly could have just 1v1 the Registeel the whole time, and I probably could have scalded him every single time, maybe got a burn, and maybe worn him down faster. So maybe it could have been smarter to 1v1 him with the Manaphy the whole time. Technically, I guess I did risk a crit. If he crit me, then Manaphy would be dead, and I would lose a differential point. But I was just trying to get the game over as fast as possible, and at that point in time, I thought that, switching into Manaphy would speed up a couple turns because Scald is doing like 20%, whereas Hidden Power Ice is doing like -4%. So, that's the only reason for that, and Manaphy stats are going to look nicer at the end of the season, you know, so it's all good. That's about all I got. Manaphy should have gotten 3 kills because it should have killed the Meloetta and then killed the Wobbuffet, so it really should have gotten 3 kills, but thanks to Misgen, wasn't able to happen. You know, it is what it is. Misgens happen, not usually to me, but, you know, it's whatever. But this video, this post-com video, is about 30 minutes long, so I'm going to get up out of here. So, yep, check out Alex, everything like that. And I will see you guys for the next week of TBU. We take on Potato Jim and the Meet the Mammoth Swans. Very excited for that battle. We're going to try and keep up our winning streak as we head towards the end of the season. And all that good stuff. We will talk more in depth next week. So, thanks for watching, and until the next time, guys, stay sly.